please.
Yeah, but,
Welcome to CiNPA
yeah, we.
November. Mostly recognizable faces. We got one new visitor here tonight. You want to stand up and introduce yourselves?
John Cummings. I'm an electrical engineering major in power systems at Cincinnati State. My fourth semester, getting ready to start co-oping, so I'm trying to get out here into this and just see how everybody does things in this world, I guess.
Good. If you haven't looked yet, check out our website at cinpa.org, and there's several mailing lists on there. You can sign up. They're just Google groups or Google lists. And, you see announcements come through there about upcoming meetings and so forth. And there's some discussion lists. There's a jobs list. So just sign up for whatever you're interested in. So my name's Alan Miller. I'm the president of this organization. There's Brad Greeny's on the board, Kevin Royalty, Ron Sherman.
Sort of.
He's kind of sort of there. He helps out. Chad does PR, and we have our video man in the back, Walter. Anyway, so December, Matt's here. He's going to give us a little preview of what he's got cooking for December. You want to?
Sure, let me step on up. It's okay to be scared, just so you know. All right, everybody. Thank you, Alan. So I am the CiNPA Security SIG Chair. CiNPA has a couple special interest groups. I run the one for security. Next month's CiNPA main meeting, which will be probably in this building. Definitely keep an eye on communications as we're trying to work through details. Definitely get that communicated out. But the next meeting, December 5th, will be Hackers Night. We're in our 19th year for Hackers Night, so it's generally a night where we focus on offensive security, though sometimes we do a few other things. But this year I am going to kick it off with a talk on why script kiddies succeed, and I am going to be followed up by Daryl Highland, who is just a fantastic speaker. He's probably, no joke, he's literally probably one of the best hackers on the planet, and he's going to be coming to Hackers Night to speak for us. He's also, you can look him up on YouTube sometime. He's done interviews all over news media, world over. He's spoken all over the world. He hasn't decided for sure on his topic yet. He is the IoT research lead at Rapid7. He has also authored CRADA a while back, which is the preeminent network printer hacking platform. This guy is amazing, so you do not want to miss this. I'm going to go ahead and pass out flyers here. So this is going to talk about Hackers Night along with the meeting invitation link, and then also our meetings for the CiNPA Security SIG are the third Thursday of each month. We meet Springdale at the big tall First Financial Bank building behind Pop Do's restaurant. So I've got our meetings coming up there. So this month, well, a week from tomorrow night is blockchain as a security and privacy solution for international regulatory compliance. We have an attorney coming, so it's not often we do cybersecurity law, it's not often we do blockchain stuff, but we've got it all. And like I said, a week from tomorrow. And then even though we have Hackers Night in December, we're still having our regular security SIG meeting. So December 20th, I'm going to lead actually an offensive security workshop. And we've got 3 sessions, so it's going to be TCP attacks, password cracking, and exploiting shell shock vulnerabilities. If you come to that one, bring a laptop. You're going to want it in order to participate. With that, I'm just going to hand out some flyers. Any questions? If not, thank you very much. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Matt. All right, so our speaker tonight is John Radenheimer. He's from the Microsoft store in Cincinnati, and he's going to tell you about some Surface, whatever.
Yeah.
All yours.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having me out tonight.
Yeah, I kind of like to keep this a little bit interactive. I'd rather not sit here and go through a PowerPoint. This was kind of a canned PowerPoint. There's like 80 slides to it. I don't think anybody wants to sit through 80 slides of a PowerPoint. So, feel free to jump out with questions. If you get questions, just, kind of shout them out. I'll do my best to answer them if I can. So, I was kind of thinking back a little bit when I was going to talk about Surface. And, at the end of the day, we talk a lot about Surface, but there's so many things you can say, you can just say so many things about it. But I was thinking back a little bit. Bill Gates kind of started the company. His mission was to get a PC in every home. And now we've got to the point of Satya. The mission is kind of to empower everyone to achieve more. And one of the ways that we're doing this is the modern workplace. Is anybody familiar with the modern workplace? Ever heard of it?
Oh, wait, no, BYOD.
There you go. Pretty much, yeah. So, but Surface is part of the modern workplace. It ties in with different components, and I mean, modern workplace can be a lot of different things, but, probably the two that I focus on the most, it's going to be the Surface products, it's going to be the Office products, and now specifically Microsoft 365. These products kind of come together and help you do more, help you achieve more from wherever you're at. You don't have to physically be sitting behind a desk anymore. You can be here doing your work, whatever it is you need to do. So as opposed to just talking about, what a Surface is, that's where I thought we'd kind of start. So we all know the workplace is changing. Anybody that's out there, the culture's changing. Space can go up, can go down, depending on the needs of the business. And we all know that technology changes every single day. People at the center are kind of the ones that have it all together, if you will. They've got the culture piece down, they've got the technology piece down, they've got the space piece down, they've kind of got the whole modern workplace going. So that's the goal, is to kind of get to the center. So with that, and this is kind of where Surface comes in, it requires the modern devices. I think everybody knows that devices change every 9-10 months, so they stay pretty current, they stay pretty modern. It's a matter of now you or the companies actually keeping current with the technology. Some companies are good at it, some of them, they still live in the Windows 7 world. The new devices help, technology helps attract and retain talent. It embraces the new work styles. It inspires innovation. And one key thing is they're expecting by 2020 that 50% of the workforce will be mobile. I think we're well on our way to that, especially with mobile phones and mobile devices like tablets. We just go anywhere now with them.
How does Microsoft define a mobile workforce?
How do they define a mobile
Yeah,
workforce?
how do you define it?
I would say it's defined by being able to take your work, take your technology, and go anywhere with it, and do whatever you need to do, wherever you need to do it at. So if you've got a project you're working on here, and you need to go halfway across the world, you can pick up whatever you're doing, put it in your backpack, your briefcase, go to the other part of the world.
Yeah, I understand. I thought it's kind of a mix up with remote workforce or remote operation, but I guess it's
it's the ability just to work anywhere and not be tied or tethered to one place. Is the best way I can explain it. Yeah. Any other questions for that right now? I see it all the time where everybody gets excited by new devices. So when you get a new device, you're kind of inspired to do more. You've got that popular device, you've got the newest, the latest technology. So you're excited, you want to use it. The best in Microsoft is going to be the hardware. It's going to be the software and the services. Again, the modern workplace and how everything kind of pulls together. Ready for tomorrow. It's new innovative products that are coming out. An interesting little thing, it's been a little bit, but I was up in Redmond a while back, and I actually got to go through the innovation area, if you will. So we could walk in and we could physically see sound booths where, for example, when they were developing the pen, they wanted to get the click just right on the pen. So they've got a whole sound area that did nothing but work on the pen. But also in the same area, they've got a whole room locked of future products that nobody has any idea what's in there except for people working on them and the CEO. It was really cool. You know, of course, somebody said, well, "Can we go in there?" And it's like, not if you want to keep your job. So we never know what's going to come next. And, you know, case in point, you know, when you think you run out of things they can do with the Surface, they come up with something else.
What's the next big thing with the Surface?
Well, I think that's probably going to be the Surface headphones.
Oh, God.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I said feet.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, when are those going to be installed?
Good question. You know, they're supposed to be in sometime this month, but to be honest with you, based on the other products not being there, I'm not holding my breath.
So maybe not by Christmas.
I don't know.
January 2nd, doesn't have a Christmas sale.
Yeah, maybe after Christmas.
After Christmas.
So, the Surface Pro 6, we refreshed a couple products in October. We refreshed the Surface Pro 6, the Surface Laptop 2. We've got the headphones coming out. We've got the Studio that was refreshed. Surface Book didn't change. One new product prior to this was the Surface Go. So this has got a lot of specs to it. I just kind of threw the spec sheets up here.
Does the Surface Go, the mini Surface?
Yep. So the big change in the Surface Pro 6, quite honestly, the form factor is still the same. Everything's pretty much the same on it. It's got you know, the 8th generation processor in it now, and they created a new color. It's black. I mean, so and it's really cool. So one important thing to kind of realize with the new Surface products now, this probably wouldn't affect you guys too much, but it is kind of important to know. Surface Pro, Windows Pro, was put on every Surface device that Microsoft has made. They don't do that anymore. They now have a split. Everything we've got in the store is Windows Home. It's still called a Surface Pro, but it's got the Home operating system on it. And we've got a commercial SKU that's got the Pro operating system on it.
Is that to reduce the cost on the people, what's people buying?
It does reduce the cost on the consumer version.
But other than that, they're the same.
They're the same. Well, I say that the Surface Pro, there is a little bit better specs, but it's not enough to really make a big difference. It's like clock speed and something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they all still take the same accessories, docking station, all that.
Same accessories. The one thing about,
Do you, so do you need to update the quote for a bit longer?
Yeah, you're.
well, if you buy the home.
Can you repeat the questions, please? Because we can't hear back there.
He wanted to know, he had to update the Surface Pro for the BitLocker. So, but again, if you buy the commercial version, it's gonna be just like before, you're still gonna have it. If you buy the home version, yes, you're gonna have to upgrade that to get what you want. So at that point, you might as well buy the commercial version.
Are the commercial versions supposedly like at this point?
There are some. The typical configurations are the 128, 256 i5s. That's probably the most popular for businesses. That's what's in the store right now. There could be more coming. It's just, everything is just kind of, we're still kind of getting our feet grounded on new products. Still only one USB slot, but there is a USB slot in the power brick. I don't know if you saw that or not. But you can use that for charging a cell phone or something like that. So it kind of frees up. One thing these do not have is a USB-C. I know that's a big thing for a lot of people, but they do not play USB-C in quite yet. I'm sorry? No, home versions cannot. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions?
So the commercial version, you basically have to order that online?
You really can't even order it online at this point. You would probably want it, if you're wanting to get one locally,
Yeah.
I would get in touch with me, and at this point I can get it ordered and shipped to your house for you. I will tell you, I mean, even though we're not to the slide yet, the Surface laptops for commercial versions, I can't even get those till the end of December. That's how far those are behind already.
I have a question.
Sure.
What kind of connection do they have so that you can do a presentation to a monitor or projector?
Well, everything's got the USB port on it. Like, for example, on this one, I've got an HDMI connector, which is how I'm presenting. So,
Oh, is that like a mini connector?
yes. Yes. Yep. It goes into any display port.
Oh, but you have to buy them down.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
I was just wondering if they did that, because you can get a lot of slimline, devices. They have been able to put this right on the standard HDMI, thing. It always just irritates me that, I go to presentations, everybody's scrambling to try to find adapters. But, I don't understand really why you couldn't just do something.
To give you a definite answer, I can't either because I don't know either. But I do know, and I don't know what's inside of these things specifically. There's so much that they have to do to make everything fit. And I don't know how big these adapters actually are when they get inside, but that's one of the reasons why they don't have the USB-C, because they couldn't get both the USB and the USB-C in.
So you want to avoid the Xbox 360?
Why?
Form factor was too small to get all the components in, so they were experiencing regular hardware vendors because they couldn't contain it.
Okay.
You're talking about the Slim or the original?
The original,
Yeah, the original.
the original Xbox 360, and their solution was, here's the new design. Here's the new design. Now it doesn't overheat as much and it shuts down if it reaches.
I had to hack my original fans on it. So it was bad. Maybe try a different case.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the Pro goes, type covers didn't change.
So your existing gadgets and accessories will all work.
Yep, absolutely.
That's the form factor you change. Any bags or whatever, we're still.
All still works, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the biggest change in it, honestly, is the processor.
I did see there was a power adapter, USB-C to Surface adapter.
There is.
So if you have a USB-C power brick, get it plug into the side of the Surface, its connector, and still be able to charge it from.
Yep.
No,
Yeah. And of course, too, you know, for the USBs, we do have the Surface dock too, which you can always add that to it. You can add your multiple monitors. It just expands your ports for you.
just as an example, the Surface dock has 2 monitor ports on it, using the same small mini HDMI connectors. And I have 12 individual customers that are using 3 monitors, 2 on the dock and then for Surface. 3 monitors every day. Say it works really well. 12.
Do you think it handle an HDMI port well? There, I mean, the video pull from the.
I don't know if it would do, I've never tried a 4K monitor with it, but it's the mini HDMI, whatever. And then it goes to DisplayPort.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not sure about that either. My technical knowledge only goes so far.
Well, that's an area for engineers, people that,
That's what I call Kevin. Kind of the same deal with Surface Laptop too. Same form factor. Nothing has really changed in it except they upgraded the processor. Same ports, same accessories. Everything is still pretty much the same on it. I will tell you that when Surface Laptop first came out, they really geared it towards students. That was their focus. And the students love it, but business people love it too.
It came with Windows S, if I remember.
It came with Windows S. That's pretty much off of them now, but same type of situation. In the store, it's going to have home on it. There's also a commercial version too. And again, the commercial on these I can't even get until the end of the year.
I was just asking Kevin, ask you, primary difference between the laptop 2 and the Surface Pro?
Well, the big thing is going to be versatility and portability. The Surface laptop, it's a laptop in every sense of the way. It's going to open up. It's only going to go so far. Yeah, and just stop. Lightweight, very portable. It's a little bigger than the Surface Pro. Surface Pro, you can detach the keyboard, turn it into a tablet. It's got a little kickstand on it. It's going to be a little bit smaller, just a little more portable. The one example I used to use, which doesn't really apply anymore, you can take the Surface Pro, you used to be able to take it through the airport, take it through TSA, and I never have to take it out of your backpack or briefcase, wherever you had it at. I mean, that's changed now. In the past, they would make you pull a laptop physically out, but you wouldn't have to do that with the tablet.
Yeah, so back in the day.
Yeah. So it really comes down to versatility because it's going to have the same operating system, the same hardware. It's just a preference for user.
And you have this other difference.
Yep.
That the Surface laptop can't do.
Yep. Surface Book. This is the new one, Surface headphones.
What's the price on the other website that we know that is again?
$349.
Ouch. Those are expensive.
Yeah.
Realistically, what they are, that's really not that bad. I mean, Beats are like $400, they don't offer much more.
Right. Well, and you know, not seeing these, not playing with these, I can't tell you 100 different things about them. I can tell you that it's got an adjustable noise cancellation feature on it. So airplane noise, you can just keep dialing it up.
I think my first question realistically when I went to buy was, what's the warranty like? Look at that sturdy.
I can't tell you 100%. I'm sure it's going to have a minimum of a 1-year manufacturer warranty. Beyond that, I don't really know yet. We offer warranties on everything else, but
I mean, I already told him he emailed me with the symbol.
okay. So yeah, that's one of the cool features. You can use Cortana with this. You tap a button, you talk to it, through Cortana. The other cool feature is the material that's made with the earpieces. It's actually made out of the material they use on the boxing rings, on the floor of the boxing rings. So it's
Material from what? It's the material from what?
from a boxing ring. So what they use for the material on the floor of a boxing ring, they just made they've taken that material and adapted it to these headphones.
To what part of the headphone?
So the cushion piece goes right in your ear. Now, the downside to this is they're certainly not waterproof. So, yeah, that's one thing that was, really pointed out to us. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot about these yet, just because I haven't seen them. I haven't had a chance to play with them. So far, they're pretty popular. They've got a lot of interest in them. And Kevin's looking at 3 or 4 pairs. Christmas presents for his staff.
If we had one that I could show Paul, I bet he would. Seriously.
I'll let you know when I get them.
Yeah, there is a video that shows how you use the headphones. It's a little commercial video. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. There's a lot more to this thing than it looks like at first. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to do quite a bit. Yes.
They're Bluetooth and wire, right? You can do both.
Yes.
And it's got Cortana built in. For those of you that want to use Cortana, I use it.
So you will look like you're talking to yourself as well.
But for me, it's like I had a pair of noise canceling headphones, and my wife accidentally left them on a trip, either on the plane or in the hotel. And of course, they were never found when she called about it. So I needed to replace it. Well, at first I started looking for earbuds. And while I'm looking for wireless noise canceling earbuds, the email for this comes in saying this is all the new stuff, which included the other things you talked about. And I'm like, really? So I watched the video and it's pretty impressive.
Now, it's just funny that this topic, I literally just broke my headphones, which I had a pair of Beats that are Bluetooth. And I mean, I'm going to fix them because you can just pull the padding off and I just need to solder.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had them in this backpack, in this flap right here that just sits on the top and it never gets banged around. When you flip it over, it's just right on the other side. Never hits anything. And just from using them, in about 2 months, they stopped working.
Oh, man.
2
That's
months.
frustrating for something that costs that much.
Right.
Well, and I think just based on our history with these, we pretty much, as long as it's not use of damage, we pretty much take care of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, they should be here sometime this month. To tell you how many we're going to get in the store, I have no idea.
This is the back order on it's pretty heavy already.
I honestly don't know. I've got a bunch of pre-order. I've pre-ordered for some customers. But
Any color you want as long as it's white?
any color you want as long as you're white.
I think it's the same color as the surface, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just said the new surface comes in a new color.
That'll be next year. I think that's the only.
Yeah, next year's upgrade. Color number 2. It's like the Model T. Any color you like, as long as it's black. That's the problem. It's great.
So Surface Studio is the next new thing that's not new. I mean, it's a refresh. We had Studio One, and Studio One did really well. And for those of you not familiar with it, the cool thing about the Studio is if you do any kind of graphic art or anything like that, it's really cool because at first glance, this is an all-in-one device. But you can take that screen, one finger, and you can push it down, and it turns into an easel. You can take the pen, you can put your palm on it, take the Surface dial, change your height on things, change colors. So it's really cool. It's really kind of an artist's dream, if you will, for anybody that does creative work like that. And that's kind of what it was geared towards. I've got one company, they bought it strictly for business. Company, I know they don't do any creative art, but all the executives wanted it, so they bought about 20 of them. But it kind of goes against, or goes up against the Apple, I guess it's the Mac. I think that's what most of the artists use. But again, on this, it's kind of a pricey little all-in-one. So you're looking probably about $4 grand.
Yeah, what you get though,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
And that's true. Anybody that, again, that they need the creativity of it, they don't blink at the price. So,
It's actually really kind of the back that it's keeping on.
You know how licensing
does it, well, I'm sorry.
Are you aware of licensing scheme for this? It's for service.
It would still,
It has trouble.
For example, if I want to buy.
It has Pro in it.
yeah.
It's got Pro, service, it's got Windows Pro. So you can join it to a domain.
No, I'm talking about oh. I'm reading through the emails since I apologize.
This is a Surface Go, or probably what a lot of people like to call a Surface Mini. This is good. If you just want to run in somewhere and take notes, want something really lightweight, portable, probably about a 6 to 8 inch screen, something like that. Downside to this is it's going to have a very low-end processor to it. It's got what they call Intel Gold, which is right around, if you're familiar with the Import series of processors, it's going to be right in that ballpark of processors. It's going to be a 64 and a 128 gigabyte model. Again, you're looking at probably about $500, so it's a little bit, that's probably the high end. It's a little bit less than everything else. This eventually will have LTE availability. I don't know when, but that most people are waiting for the LTE to hit right now for this model. And we do have an LTE in the Pro as well. It's the last version of the Pro, but they've not done anything with 6 as far as LTE goes. Yeah, these are just a couple more slides. The new stuff that inspires employees, new design, flexible form factors, and again, work anywhere, which ties back into the modern workplace. I thought this was kind of interesting. 77% of the people who use Surface for work are proud to be seen with it. And there was somebody on the radio a few weeks ago that was talking about that very thing. He said that the tide has kind of changed where when you're out and about now, you see Surface Pro more than you see the Apple devices. So we've kind of conquered that shift, and we've kind of gotten Surface par with where Apple is.
Yeah, it's funny, like, if you watch the news now, they always have a Surface in front of the TV, newscasters. The main caster, when you get down to like the sort of Sunday morning people that only go on once a week, they'll have an iPad. So I noticed that this weekend when I was watching.
Well, I know.
They make less.
Probably.
Well, but I also know that, for example, like Channel 19, they have a bunch of Surface Pros, and they're using them behind the scenes. They've still got iPads on the desk, and I think that was because of some of the Surface features they at least they were using it.
Did Microsoft place them there like they did with the NFL?
Nope. Nope, because I was the one that took care of it. Okay, yes.
Can I ask what the other 23% were complaining about?
No idea.
Because it may not matter. To some-
That's 15% more than that. We're proud to be seen with the Service Pro.
Okay.
So this is the best of Microsoft again. It's the hardware. It's in its 6th year now. We've come a long way from the Surface RT, which was not great. So the Surface One, which was bulky and exercise, we really hit home when version 3 came out, and it's pretty much been non-stop ever since. Again, just a couple stats somebody threw in there. 20% higher ROI using Microsoft 365 on Surface versus other devices. Obviously, Microsoft products, they make it seamless for your devices. More stats. This just kind of is a real quick recap of all the devices. So right now we've got the Go, we've got the Pro 6, the Laptop 2, the Surface Book 2, 13.5 inches. We have the Surface Book 2 and a 15-inch. Those are both high-end models that we have in that. Then we have the Studio 2. Then we have the Surface Hub. Didn't really talk about the Surface Hub. The only thing I can tell you about that is I've been told it's coming sometime next year. What I've seen of it is pretty cool. Looks like it'll sit on an easel. You can move it around. Looks like it's going to be versatile. The other thing that I think is going to be cool about it, if anybody has ever been to the store in Kenwood, you've seen the monitors that go around the wall, right?
Yeah.
So you will be able to reproduce that with the Surface Hub. It's going to be about a 55-inch hub, I believe. I believe it's going to be right around the same price as the old 55-inch hub. So you'll be able to build those and do different presentations if you want to buy that video.
Is there a big difference between the old one and the new? 'Cause, I mean, most of us went out to the store and we dealt with the previous two sizes.
Yeah, we had the 84 and the 55, and the 84 is the one that you saw in the store. I can tell you there's a lot of differences. I don't really know yet, just because they haven't.
That's fair.
Yeah. Sometimes you guys will know before I will know, to be honest with you. That kind of gives you a little better picture of it, the easel, and how you can kind of stack them side by side and do.
They just announced a 2S.
2S on.
Surface on 2S.
Oh, did they? I haven't seen that yet.
It's out on the website.
Okay.
The 2S.
Okay.
2 and 2X.
2 and 2S. Well, you know, by the time it gets launched, it could be a 3S. So,
Yeah, well, that's been our experience with Toy.
yeah.
But he did buy all four.
Yeah.
Are those wireless or can be wired for an hour?
They can be wired. That just kind of gives you a little bit of a journey of what Surface has done. Like I said, we started out with the RT, and the latest is the Pro 6 and laptop 2. I didn't really talk about the HoloLens. You guys familiar with what that is? Anybody's ever seen one? What? The HoloLens? So what the HoloLens is, for lack of a better word,
Google Glass?
no. It's basically augmented reality. And I
That's
would,
the there's, because I know there was a HoloLens, now it's a machine.
well, mixed reality is more of a gaming type thing, whereas the HoloLens is more commercial, more business oriented. And it's pretty incredible. And to give you just kind of an example of one of the customers that I'm working with right now, he has a need, he's a coroner, he has a need to have a doctor in a room with a lab technician, but there's a shortage of doctors. So they can never get everybody in to do what they need to do at the same time. His vision is to have a HoloLens with the lab technician and the doctor, and for lack of a better word, have him teleported to the lab. And it can be done. I've seen the demos on it. We're working with, it's a partner, they're global. I was on a conference call with a guy out of London. There's a guy local in the States. They're actually getting with this guy to do a demo, set this up and make it happen. I have no idea what it's going to cost, but it's reality now. They can do it. So
About $40,000.
I bet it's more than that. The HoloLens itself is $5. So that's all I've really got. I just really wanted to kind of go over the Surface, the new products that we had, try to answer any questions you guys might have. It's kind of short and sweet. We always offer, I hesitate to call it a trade-in because it's called recycle for rewards. So you can recycle your device and get money for it, and it can go towards that.
You recycle a Microsoft device as a good one?
Yeah,
Loyalty miles?
to be honest with you, the price changes every day.
Okay.
So I honestly can't tell you that.
So there's no like loyalty to one?
No, that's all done to a third party, so I don't know how they determine what they do or who does it or whatever. Yeah, the one thing I would tell you right now, if you're looking to upgrade into something, depending on what you want, like at the store, we've got a number of version 5 Surface Pros, and they're all discounted right now by probably about $200. Even the Surface Pro is discounted by about $200. So personally, if it were me, there's not enough difference in the Pro 6 and the Pro 5. If I wanted one, I'd be buying the Pro 5 while I can still get it. There's no discounting or anything on the Pro 6. Probably won't be till sometime next year.
So, yeah, we've said, you know this already, but they know this. We we recommend to them, get the model that's just now being discounted because it still has all the warranty and everything,
Yep.
and they'll use the heck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Save a few $100, you know. I know.
Yeah, and most times there's not a huge difference. I mean, unless you're really a power user, you gotta have the latest, greatest. But from the 5 to the 6, for somebody like me, like the 5 would be a no-brainer.
I know people were asking me right about the time the smaller service came out for education. They're asking me, what should I get for my kid who's getting ready for school? I'm like, you should buy that. I know a lot of them did. So yeah, go, the service go, yeah. I was like, that's what they need, $400, $500, you know.
Well, and, you know, to that point, it just kind of depends too, because a lot of times the schools will dictate what they want you to have. I work with some of the schools in the area, and they want you to have at least an i5 256 model. And one of the schools, they just send all the kids to us. We get them set up, we take care of them. They've all got the same device. They bring the device back for an image day. They put their school image on them. It's their device. They're responsible for it. But they all have the same device that way. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I'm curious what you were talking about earlier about getting Windows Pro on these devices.
So, over the last 6 years or whatever it is that we've had Surface devices, Windows Pro has just been a standard. I mean, that's what came on them. You didn't have to worry about upgrading. It was just there. This year, they made the decision that they're going to put Windows Home on some of the devices and Windows Pro on the commercial devices. And they did that to knock the price down for the average consumer. So you save about $100 by buying a Windows Home device. But if you buy the commercial device that has Windows Pro on it, it's maybe $100 more.
Right. So what's the process for getting the commercial version?
In this case, right now, you would want to get a hold of me, and then I can get them ordered for you, if I don't have it in the store. The goal is to get it into the store.
The upgrade, any kind of upgrade process is still available for $99.
Well, that was on laptops, so I don't.
Are you telling me that a Surface Pro treats the operating system different than the laptop?
Well, the laptops were the first ones to come with. They came with a Windows S student on them, so you could upgrade for $99 to Pro at that time.
Okay, well, prior to Windows S, you had Home or you had Pro, and Home would have upgraded to Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the $99.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was all through the online store.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that no longer available, or is it still available? Okay, I don't see a big problem with doing that.
No, there's not. But if you can buy the Pro SKU, that's already there, it's quite a bit cheaper than if you bought the Home SKU and upgraded.
That's where my question was leading,
I'm
actually.
thinking that the Delta difference is probably going to be better to buy Pro already than the pricing.
Yeah, that's where I was leading, and what's the pricing, is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a difference of about $100, but in your case, $99, to get Pro versus non-Pro.
Right.
The other piece of it is
So it's the same price as doing the anytime upgrade.
That's what I'm saying.
right?
Yeah.
But the other piece that comes into play is if you want to do the commercial warranty, they will block you from doing a commercial warranty on a consumer device now.
There's
In the
your
past,
catch.
There's the catch right there, yeah.
I was able to just throw that commercial warranty on any of those devices. That's not the case now.
All right, that's a
Sorry.
valid difference. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, and then the other thing that I know is we're deploying services at San Marino. And just getting ready to start doing the water deployment. And that's got to get a
Right.
And then the commercial
Yes, yeah. I'm just deploying my first network like that. And it's really neat. That's.
And you guys are a good example of taking advantage of those discount prices.
Yes.
Because I almost always get her something.
Well, they're going to be getting about 15 more.
The fives, service pro fives.
Five,
Take
six,
advantage of
sixes,
it.
yeah.
Until they're sold out, take advantage of it. And Delta was getting rid of their services recently. We know a pilot, and he's like, hey, do you want some of these? How much? So we actually bought a few to have as spares in our office. You know, because we have a lot of clients with F3s, and these are threes. You know, so we're like, we'll just keep a couple spares. Just trying to find a Pro 3 now is almost impossible. So, yeah, that was a one day only deal.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I'll be around for a few minutes. If you guys have any questions.
Stick around. Thanks a lot, John.